Mama Tife was well known in the compound. She had a tall figure, very dark skin, and a curvy shape that made people stare. She enjoyed showing off and always tried to be the center of attention. Her dress was always tight and short, with loud colors, and her face was painted with bright makeup and very long lashes. She loved to walk around in heels, with her baby tied to her back, posting everything she did on social media. She came to Lagos with dreams of being famous. Her baby's father had vanished after she got pregnant, but she didn't let that stop her. She called herself a slay queen and influencer, and was always live on Facebook or TikTok, dancing, laughing, or giving advice like a celebrity. Even though she had no steady job, she acted like a star. Other women in the compound didn't like her ways. They often whispered about her. She's too loud, too exposed. How can a mother dress like that? But Mama Tife didn't care. She clapped back with insults and said jealousy was their problem. She believed her looks and followers would one day take her and her baby out of poverty. One day, she met a fine-looking man on Facebook named Kelvin. He had a nice beard, wore clean clothes, and always called her Queen. He told her he liked single mothers because they were strong and real. Kelvin said he ran a big business in Port Harcourt and promised to help her grow her brand. Mama Tife was excited. Soon, Kelvin started sending her airtime and data. He told her to dress up and send fine pictures of herself. He also asked her to show her baby sometimes because he liked how she was a real mother hustling. Mama Tife obeyed and posted pictures every day. Her likes grew. People started noticing her. He then promised to bring her and the baby to Port Harcourt to start a better life. He would pay for everything. All she had to do was trust him. She was so happy she danced and posted, "Big things loading." Her neighbors were confused, but she didn't explain anything. She just smiled and said, "God has remembered me." The next day, she wore her finest gown and high heels, tied the baby neatly on her back, and left the compound. Nobody knew exactly where she was going. She just told the landlord's wife, "I'm going to where I belong." That was the last time they saw Mama Tife and her baby. 2 days passed. The compound felt strange without Mama Tife's loud music and selfies. The neighbors started asking questions. Where did that girl go? She didn't even tell us goodbye. Some said she had finally followed one of her online men. Others said maybe she had gone for a party. But by the 3rd day, gossip turned into fear. On the 4th day, Mama Tife's cousin came from Mushin, looking worried and tired. She asked around, "Please, where is my cousin? She left home 3 days ago with her baby and hasn't called since." The whole compound went silent. That was when they realized something was wrong. The cousin went to the police. She gave them the Facebook screenshots of Mama Tife chatting with Kelvin. But when the police checked, the account was gone. Vanished. No number, no address, no trace of who the man was. That was when fear gripped everyone. A search began. They checked hospitals, mortuaries, and even shelters. Posters of Mama Tife and her baby were pasted across Lagos. The news started spreading. Slay Queen missing with baby after meeting Facebook lover. People started blaming her. Why trust strangers online? Why carry the baby along? 1 week later, a bus driver came forward. He said he saw a woman matching Mama Tife's description enter his bus heading towards Port Harcourt. She was with a man wearing a face cap and dark shades. She looked happy and kept playing with her baby. That was the last time he saw them. Police followed the lead. They went to Port Harcourt. After days of tracking, they found the building the driver described. It was a small flat in a quiet street. But when they got there, the house was empty. No furniture, no signs of a baby. Just a leftover feeding bottle and a wrapper with baby powder on the floor. Neighbors in Port Harcourt said the man living there was quiet and didn't talk to anyone. They remembered a beautiful lady and a baby coming in one evening, but by the next morning, the man had left with a big bag. Since then, the house had been locked. Mama Tife's cousin broke down in tears. I warned her about trusting people online. She cried as the police promised to keep investigating. Meanwhile, a detective in Lagos started connecting the dots. He had seen a similar case 2 months ago. A young mother met a man on Facebook, disappeared with her baby, and was never found. The detective reopened that old case. He noticed something strange. Both missing women chatted with different men, but the writing style was the same. Same way of texting, same promises, same lies. He believed it was one person using fake accounts to target young mothers. The case took a new turn when a woman came forward. She had been chatting with a Facebook man named Success Kelvin. He promised her love and money too. But when he asked her to travel with her baby to Abuja, she refused. Now, hearing the news, she realized it was the same man. Police now had a pattern. The suspect was targeting single mothers with babies, pretending to be rich, luring them and vanishing. But why? Why only women with babies? That was when the most frightening theory came. Maybe the babies were being sold. Meanwhile, in a quiet house in Enugu, a nurse was growing suspicious. A woman she worked with had suddenly bought a new car. This woman ran a small care home that took in abandoned babies and gave them to waiting mothers. But something didn't feel right. The nurse secretly reported to NAPTIP, the agency for trafficking and abuse. Undercover officers began monitoring the woman. They discovered she had received 3 new babies in 2 months, all from young women who couldn't care for them. But no one ever saw these women. One night, a delivery man entered the care home. He had a baby in a box, sleeping quietly. But this time the police were waiting. They arrested him. When they searched his phone, they found chilling messages from someone named Boss Kelvin. It was the same fake Facebook lover. Inside the care home, police found documents, fake ID cards, and photos of babies with prices written beside them. The woman confessed. She was part of a baby-selling ring. The man behind everything. A smooth-talking fraudster known only by one name, Kelvin. The police began a full search for Kelvin. They used the delivery man's phone to trace calls and chat locations. All the numbers were registered with fake names. But one number had once been used to order food from a small restaurant in Asaba. That was their first real clue. The police visited the restaurant. The owner remembered a soft-spoken man who always wore sunglasses and came with different girls. He paid well, but he was strange, the owner said. One time, he asked if we knew a place to rent with high fences and good privacy. Meanwhile, Mama Tife was still missing. Her cousin kept praying and begging the public for help. One day, she got a message from an unknown number. It was a photo of a baby in a pink dress, crying. The message said, Nigerian Naira 850, 000 or forget her. The cousin rushed to the police. They told her not to reply. Instead, they set a trap. They asked her to pretend she would pay. She chatted the number, asking for an account number. The man replied, giving the name Kingsley Madu with a bank in Abuja. The name Kingsley Madu was a breakthrough. Police found the real owner of the bank account. It was a fake identity, but the man had used his fingerprint at a bank branch once. That fingerprint matched an old record. Kelvin Okafor, 34 years old, wanted for fraud. Police sent teams to 3 cities: Abuja, Onitsha, and Enugu. But Kelvin was smart. He kept changing locations. Finally, they got lucky. He booked a hotel room in Owerri using a fake name, but the receptionist recognized him from a wanted poster online and called the police. Officers rushed to the hotel and caught Kelvin as he tried to escape through the back gate. He was carrying a bag filled with SIM cards, fake passports, and a new phone. No baby was found with him. "Where is Mama Tife and her baby?" the officers demanded. Kelvin smiled and said nothing. But the truth was buried in one of his phones. Police unlocked it and found hidden videos and chat logs. In one video, Mama Tife cried and begged, "Please, I want to go home. My baby is sick." The video was dated 2 weeks ago. The police paused the video and studied the background. A red curtain with sunflowers. Cracked wall with a hole. Behind Mama Tife was a plastic chair with a label Victory Foundation. That was their next clue. They searched for a place named Victory Foundation. One showed up in ABA, a fake NGO said to help young mothers. But neighbors suspected they were doing something illegal. They always brought girls at night. "We heard babies crying," one man told the police. The police got a warrant and broke into the building. Inside, they found a dark hallway with rooms filled with old mattresses. In one room, they saw something that made them stop: bloodstains on the floor and a baby's pink sock. They searched every room. Then they heard a baby cry, faint like it came from underground. They rushed toward the sound and found a locked door behind a cupboard. Breaking it open, they climbed down into a cellar. Inside the cellar, they found 3 women and 2 babies lying weakly on the floor. Mama Tife was one of them. She was alive, but she looked sick and tired. Her baby coughed continuously. Tears ran down her face when she saw the officers. Mama Tife was rescued and taken to the hospital. The baby was treated for malnutrition and infection. The other women were also saved. One of them whispered, "They were waiting to sell our babies to rich couples who can't have children." As for Kelvin, he was taken to court and denied bail. More victims came forward. The police found evidence that he had sold over 15 babies in the last 2 years. He now faced multiple life sentences. Mama Tife went back to her cousin's house. She was not the same girl who once chased clout. She had learned what really mattered: love, truth, and protecting her child. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts about this story in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Until I bring another story.